And you see, the funny thing is that if you saw right to the end there, I was wearing this at the end of that video, and I forgot that I was wearing that at the end of the video. So now I'm wearing the same thing. But I filmed that like a week ago, so no worries. I'm Go Veer, Go Home. Welcome. That So today, it's the season 5, episode 2. We've been doing this for quite a long time, but we haven't been doing it alone because we also have Mr. Eminem Rails. How's it going, Mark?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Snow day. Did you spend the day at home as well?
Whoa. Snow days, we go to work. The students don't go to school, but we go to work.
Our lives are.
That's fair.
So, luckily for me, I don't drive. I can walk to work. So, but I had like 2 students in class today, and one of them didn't know it was a snow day. He's like, "Oh, why am I here?" So, very quiet day at school. But yeah, we go into school. It's not a day off.
Okay. No. Oh.
Squash that rumor, that myth.
Well, I can't leave my driveway. I come to work. There's no guy, but you're from home. So can't win. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take a second, and we're going to. Late because of the. Finish your.
Sorry, it's a bit of a lag. Yeah, some staff are late because of the snow, slow driving. Some come from far out, but again, I'm very close to school, so I can walk.
So, James, Roger,
Nobody can hear you, Chris.
and Mike. Try that. Mike, go, everybody. Right, and Robin, Bernard from Mini Prince. How's it going? And around the layout. Welcome everybody. Welcome. I have a new setup here. This is great. I like this. I've got my little boom here, just in case anybody wonders what this is. So that's fun. And I actually don't have a table that, bends downward anymore, which is also great. So I've got a new setup and I'm very happy about that. Things are slowly coming together. Slowly. I think Mark is muted, which is, but that's okay.
I am
He's
muted.
drinking
Sorry.
his coffee. He usually drinks. He's a loud drinker, though.
I want to mute the slurping.
But that's how we know if it's a hot beverage or a cold beverage, right? So in this episode, we're going to touch on a couple of things. We're going to talk back. If you guys joined us at 7 o'clock, keeping track of the month is up now, and we all watched it live. We watched the premiere. We've got Mini Prince of the Month. We sent out a little package here. Very neat. So I'm going to open that live. This month's topic, we're going to talk about trees. Would you be able to share some information about trees tonight? Would you like to talk trees?
I'm going to go out on a limb and talk about some trees on my layout, yeah.
Mark the arborist. I like that. And of course, we've got some shout outs, streamer schedules for the month of. Did you know there are 5 Thursdays next month?
I knew that.
That was a real question.
So what does that mean, Chris?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, Well, Mark, that means that there was a open spot, a spot that had to be filled. And what
So who
better
did you
way...
get, Chris, to fill the spot?
Oh, this little ditty. I think you might have heard of him.
Wait. Tell me when
Dave.
I'm getting it.
Oh,
Dave, you got the info?
if I had known you were going to take... Yes, that's right. Let's do the streamer schedules right now because we're already talking about. He's got us talking about it already, and that's great because we love to entertain. We love talking trains, and we like sharing it all with everybody. So, March 2nd, mark it in your calendar. Daveco. Daveco is going to be doing Third Rail Thursday.
Can't wait.
So we'll be over on his channel. Which is there's two birthday specials in March. The first birthday special, which is on March the 9th, they make it like that. Tim will be celebrating a birthday that week, and he's finally 18, which is great. Because, I mean, he's aging first, really. I mean, he's fantastic. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I age like wine, but you guys are all so young. And of course, following is March 16th. That'll be my birthday, because my birthday not Wednesday stream. That seems kind of silly, right? I might as well just do it Thursday. So there's that. And then Mark, Eminem Rails, he's doing a stream on the 23rd where he's going to continue celebrating my birthday a week later. Right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then, of course, we'll be back on the 30th of March for Keeping Track and GVO After Dark, which gives me 30 plus days to work on a new Keeping Track and GVO After Dark, which is probably more than enough time, but sometimes you just need a few days to do nothing, right?
Yeah.
But of course, we all have the Sunday brunch kit builds every Sunday. We're another brunch build, group build very soon. So stay tuned for news about the kit that we're going to do, and then when it's going to start. And then for those of you who want to collectively join in on that, it'll give you time to possibly go out and purchase said kit and let us know that you'll be partaking in those events. And that's usually every Sunday, more or less around noon. And then, of course, we've got a live coming up with Mini Prince Live, which is the first Wednesday. So March 1st at 7 p.m. we'll be over on Mini Prince channel, and he's going to be showing off some new mini got going on, and of course the peanut butter challenge for February, where we did a Valentine's Day peanut butter lid diorama, and you'll be able to see all the entries and talk about which ones you like. So, and then, because there's more. There's more. Every Monday, we've got the dynamic duo of Trackside Mike and Dundas Junction Model Railroad. They go live every Monday, taking turns. But this Monday is going to be on James's channel, Dundas Junction Model Railroad. And that's every Monday at 7 p.m. Be there and be square, because you're going to have a good time with them. They're awesome. They're an awesome team.
Always a good show.
So,
Always a good show.
always a good show. Absolutely. I'm parched too. It's a good thing I have a beverage, because watching you drink a beverage makes me want to drink a beverage. So,
and this weekend is the Port Hope show, right? We're
is that this weekend?
right, Tim? I think it's Port Hope.
Tim would know. Tim, that's it. That's stomping grounds there, right?
Yeah. I think it's this weekend. It's in my it's in my calendar, but the weather is going to be a little sketchy, and our car is not super reliable for a far drive. So I wanted to go because seeing Tim in live is just it's worth the 4-hour drive.
It's worth the drive to Port Hope. Stay a while, because there's nothing much else going on in Port Hope, right? I don't know.
YouTube does not give
Although
Tim's
I believe
the justice it does when you see it in person. That's all I'm saying.
I've actually been to Port Hope once. It's where the movie It was filmed. And my wife's a fan of those types of movies. So we went to the actual locations where everything was filmed. I think I've got pictures, and yeah, it's they haven't built downtown, but they had changed all the Canadian flags to American flags, and obviously for the movie, right? But yeah, they didn't do too much, but it looks good. It looks good, and oh yeah, I remember that scene and whatnot. But yeah, it was good.
Cool.
Yeah. So Keeping Track. Did you watch Keeping Track?
I was going to,
like,
but
no,
I heard I was going to watch it, but I heard there was an XFL game going on, so I watched that instead. How did the show go?
Oh, I don't know. It was fine. when you build something, and that it was an hour. Well, it was a little bit less than an hour. It was a good 50 to 55 minutes. So when you're building a 55-minute long clip show of information and whatnot, you feel like you've seen it like 50 times by the time you're done making it. So things feel very redundant. But if everybody else enjoyed it, that's the important part, right? I try to make it entertaining and insightful, and just share things like the lights, the street lights. It's a brand new set that Woodland Scenics just put out not too long ago, and it works great. It does what it's supposed to. Speaking of which, did Bubs tell you he got you a modulator thing for streetlights?
Yes. Yeah. They're for the crossing signals. I want to compare Walther's system to the one I bought last summer, the model train technology system. See which one's better.
Yeah. Neat. And then, of course, the ever so popular SD60F from Aurora Miniatures. Your wife surprised you this past month with one of those.
She did. Big surprise. Valentine's Day.
Have you had fun with yours, or?
Yeah, it's. I took your advice and Bob's advice and ran it for a good hour both directions, so 2 hours in total, and it's getting better. It's getting better. I'll give my my review on my live show in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
my live review.
No, that's something that we have to look forward to.
What was your final score?
I
didn't.
92. 92 out of 100. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Those couplers, man. I don't know. Everybody tries to be so innovative. Just out of the box, just put KDs on it. Let's not complicate things. All right.
I know.
But not every manufacturer is going to do that, right? Because it's cost. It
Yeah.
is what it is. But I think they've been fine. I really enjoy running them, and I don't know. It really it's weird to talk about in a sense because it is at the end of the day just a model train, But it really gets you excited to run these trains and be able to pull literally every car that I have available to me all at once. So
yeah, that was a long train.
It's been quite awesome.
Yeah.
That was 30 plus cars right there, and most of them have a decent amount of weight to them too. So I think I had every box car on there, but my gondolas. I just didn't add my gondolas. So
wow.
Yeah. And one strong, there's still lots available. I know I didn't put a link, but OVR still has a good lot of units. So go check them out, OVRtrains.com, and pick yours up. Streamer schedules and keeping track. Yeah. Let's do the mini print of the month. So, mini prints, they do a mini prints of the month club, which is now $29.99 US. And when you sign up on the website under the subscriptions, basically every month you get a package from Bernard. Sometimes it's a little envelope. This month it's a little flat box, right? It must be a little bit bigger. Usually what's included is an animal, seasonal, and a mystery 3D printed something. You also get 15% off at miniprints.ca. And also, when you pay the $29.99 US, shipping is included. So you're not paying an additional cost on top of that. And it ships out on the 15th of every month. So I'm going to go ahead and I pre-cut here so that it wouldn't, you wouldn't see me struggling live, because that's never fun to watch me suffer when it comes to doing this, unboxing something.
Hey, speaking of mail calls and mini prints, I saw that Bernard went live today. Did he open his mail at all?
I caught the first half, and then I had to jet, as they say. So I couldn't stick around for the full thing. So I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. What? Why? Did you see him open up a package?
Well, I missed the live stream, but I watched the replay. Well, I kind of skimmed through it, and then I watched it. And like, wait, did Bernard not open his mail? Yeah, okay. Bernard teased. He didn't open his mail. That's not a mail call. That's like a mail show. Hey, I got mail.
Oh, see, no, he's in the chat. He said nope, he's saving it for Wednesday now. So
yeah. Jeez.
So
that's called
this is he always includes a little info sheet. So it's your February mini prints of the month club. So you may have noticed a little something different this month, and I'd love your thoughts. February's selections lent themselves perfectly to leaving them on the supports. I've had a number of people ask me to ship them this way to make painting easier. What do you think? Love it or hate it? Personally, Bernard's already doing a great job, and it does take a little bit longer to cut every single one of these little prints out, which I've done personally with past models that he sent out. So I don't think it's a bad idea to leave them all on like a strip. If you're doing them all on a strip like this, I would take them all off and paint them anyways, but I don't mind doing that because you don't really struggle. You don't really struggle taking them off the little sheets. So this is what it looks like. This is how it comes, like this.
Aren't they easier to paint that way?
But what I normally do is I would take each of these off, and I can do this because my stuff is here now, which is great. I would take my little toothpick and I would chop the pointy part off and hot glue it to the underside of one of these, and then stick it into a piece of foam, and then I can paint it that way. And that's normally how I do it, because they're still relatively close to each other. So that might still interfere as trying to paint certain angles. But to each their own. I don't mind if it comes like this, though. He already does so much. This just makes it a quicker process, and definitely understandable too.
Yeah,
because he's shipping a lot of these out. So, but it looks like he's got these are okay. So he has a series now where it's what is it called? Close to the Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. So these are all characters that you could put the edge of your layout, which is really neat. We've got so there's a guy. He's kind of bent over there. He's just kind of looking down like that. That's Steve. We've got Brett, and he has a little telescope. And we've got Laura sitting. And Sarah is throwing a paper plane. Going to throw a paper plane over the edge of your layout. And we've got not Sarah again with a wheelbarrow, kind of dumping. Doesn't have to necessarily be a body, but whatever you want to model, right? And of course, we've also got Paul, and he is taking a picture with a cell phone, which is also doubles great as rail fans. We all use our cell phones probably when we do so, right? So that's a neat little set right there, just to send that out as it is. And one here that is, let's see. So this one is the young love, where it's two people and they're hugging. And there's a guy bending over, tying his shoe, I believe. Another guy that's reaching up really high. And then there are two donkeys. So I'm just going to show you like that. Because I can't show you the donkeys. I'll mark why. But yeah, there's animals and people. And that's awesome. That's great. I'm looking forward to adding these to the layout, because you don't always necessarily have to put them right at the edge. I know that that's what they're for, but I mean, personally, the person that's sitting, I could probably put them in a passenger car. If you house, you can always put the gentleman with the telescope up in your lighthouse, looking water for ships and whatnot. The guy with the cell phone, of course, trackside, catching some rail fanning and whatnot. And of course, was it Sarah with the wheelbarrow? Sarah with the wheelbarrow, gardening, right? Possibly. Just one of many ideas. But I'm sure that when you put them together, you put them on your layout and whatnot. Take a picture, send it to Bernard. I'm sure he would be happy to see how you incorporate these into your layout, which is awesome. So thank you very much, Mini Prince, for sending those out. And that was, and here's the thing. So they're all available in N scale, HO, S, and O, range from N scale, which is about $6.40 for one of those, to was it $19.22 for an O scale, where O is also $6.40 and S is $12.81, and that's just for most of these. But when you're paying the $29.99 US, it's a $50 Canadian value right there. It's actually more than $50, but I rounded it. So you're definitely getting a really good deal, and he always sends out some really good minis there. So also, depending on like they'll be just Halloween themed, etc. And he's always looking for ideas, so make sure you throw him an email, let him know what you think, and that'd be great. So trees. Let's talk trees, because we have a few options. Now, you've started putting trees on your layout. Is that correct?
I have. I haven't bought a tree in a while, though. I want to, but I haven't really decided on tree placement yet. So I figure I'll hold off until I know exactly where I want to put them. And then
would you consider yourself an arborist? Do you know your trees and all that?
I have yet to branch out in that kind of field of study, but no, I can't really. I know what I call pine trees Christmas trees, and everything else maple trees. That's about my knowledge of trees. So,
Well, I won't bug you then. I'll leave you alone, and we'll talk about trees and see what grows of it, and yeah. So, oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, you had one. Did you have another pun for us? Another pun?
No. Go ahead.
You're good.
I'll bark at
Okay,
you when
well-
I'm.
Oh, your bark is worse than your bite. Terrible. I've got 3 different, we'll call them manufacturers, 3 different brands of trees that I'm going to share, and I know that you have a couple as well.
I do.
And we'll start with the low end, I guess you could say, which to me personally, it was kind of a shot in the dark because I found some trees on Amazon.ca, and I'm going to put the trees into Now, this is the tree. Put that in. Jesus. Well, all right, and it was $8, right? Can't go wrong. $8, and you get a 20-pack of trees. The thing that I didn't like is that the big Ziploc bag, right? But then this came in another bag, and I'd be worried to get damaged. Things would bounce around and whatnot. Even though everything arrived okay, and nothing was really broken. It's just there's a very basic Amazon tree, and I got 20 of them for $8. It has a very plastic, trunk to it or base, and I don't know. It's what you'd expect from Amazon for $8. However, these could go at the back of your layout just to fill out space, right? It's inexpensive, and it's just one of those little space. Yeah, yours are smaller, I think. Yours might be smaller. I'm not even sure how tall. That's about a 5-inch tree right there.
Does yours have a little spike at the end?
So no,
Like a tube?
no. It's the plastic comes down to somewhat of a point. But
it's great for putting in foam.
Yeah. Well, like I normally, when it comes to like most of my trees, and I'll show you most of them, I always drill a hole, and then I will put it down in. Like I'll literally plant it, and because these are plastic, it's very light, and it kind of holds itself up quite nicely. Now, with because I've tried the Woodland Scenics trees where you make them yourself, and it's almost like a pewter metal. So it comes flat, and you have to like kind of twist it to spread out your branches, and then you have to branch out your branches, as they say, and then paint them, and then you put them in the fluff, and you get your fluff ball tree. I'm terrible at that for some reason. I don't know why. It's just not great, and they don't look that good either. Like I thought, doing an $8 tree like this, it was a lot quicker and a less painless than so.
Yeah,
not bad for an $8 tree. And then I'm going to show you another one I got, because the ad itself on Amazon said HO scale tree, and this one was $14, and you get 10. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to try a different, and I was pleasantly surprised when these showed up, because they are not HO scale at all. Look at this thing. This is
I can't see it.
that is HO scale. That is like, that's great if you have Z or even N scale. Even N scale, that would be okay. But for them to say this is HO scale, and just to kind of show a side by side compare HO. So live and learn. Whoever the seller is, I let them know because they want to know your opinion. Well, what do you think? What do you think of your HO scale trees? Well, for starter, they're not HO scale. So maybe this is like a baby tree. How they start out, it hasn't become a tree yet. Unless they want me to build a tree like it's IKEA furniture. They give you all the pieces and you got to build your own, right? So if there's any N scalers out there, want some trees.
That's one of the drags about Amazon, eh? My wife does the same thing. She'll buy something and it'll come and like it's super small, and she had no idea. I thought it was bigger. So it's inexpensive, but you're never sure what you're gonna get.
And there's only more than 10 in here. It says it's a 10 pack, but there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There's probably 20 in here as well. So, if there's any N scale guys or anybody who does Z scale, let me know. Cute little trees, right? Cute little trees.
Well, if you bunch them all together, it could be a little bush.
I guess.
Put them all together.
It's they're just so small though.
Or cut cut the trunk off and just bushes everywhere. That's what I would do.
Like it could be a little bush, like like going up a driveway kind of thing. Not too overpowered, it's about the same size as your car, maybe smaller. I guess. Yeah, that might be, something maybe in front of a house or something. I don't know. It's an idea. But yeah, that's of Amazon right there. So an $8.50. I put the link in the chat there, and then of course the HO scale tree for $14. Yeah. What else you got? What kind of trees do you have there besides you have Amazon trees as well, right?
Yeah, so this is I'm guessing it's Amazon. My brother gave me these. Again, same thing as you, Ziploc bag. I think 2 of them, all the same kind of tree, and great for the background of your layout. So I have a bunch, and I can show my next show, but I have a bunch of these in the corner, in the back. Look kind of cool, a little forest. And like I said, the little pointy end here is great if you have foam, because you just pierce that into the foam and it stays done. No gluing required. So I was debating
split rock. Oh, sorry. All right, split rock that, because super trees are amazing, but you do have to make them yourself. We're more or less just talking about trees that you can buy ready to go right out of the package, more or less.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously super trees are amazing. But yeah, sorry, you were talking about that, Mark, where you put it into the foam and it's good to go, eh?
Yeah, well, I always debate, like, for my next layout, which is happening soon. Do I keep the foam or just do wood? Because the foam, you just put trees in, whoosh, done. But foam adds that extra thickness, so I always go back and forth. Dave and I had a conversation a while back about foam. Should we use it or not? But that's for another discussion, another topic.
But
yeah, these are different backgrounds.
Yeah, they are nice. Those ones that you have, because it's a darker green as well, they do look really nice. So yeah. And there's obviously lots of variety there, right?
Small.
How would you say that is?
Big. I don't know. Here's my cell
That's
phone.
like a 4 or 5 inch tree. Oh, okay, that is pretty small then.
Yeah, it is small.
Yeah. Huh.
Again,
Well,
in the
I've
back.
got. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a couple of trees from Woodland Scenics. These are called the Water's Edge,
Ooh.
and can be represented if you have N scale, HO, or O scale. So 3 different sizes of a tree that you can use for 3 different scales. Now, I would probably not use these for N scale just because of the size of them. I don't think it would personally make sense. I think that they fit HO perfectly. But something like this here, you get a 3-pack of trees, and it's $17.
Lily.
That's not too bad.
No, I haven't cracked this open, so this is the first time I'm kind of seeing it. Now, like when you make trees from Woodland Scenics or using Woodland Scenics materials, I can only assume that they use Woodland Scenics products on their own trees. And okay, so that's how they want to go. Okay. These stupid bases on the bottom. I don't like these. Okay, so I kind of have to do this. Ugh. Okay. So they do give you a base, which I never use personally. And I'm making a mess here. Jeez. So that's a tree. It's a puff tree. It looks fairly realistic with your bark, and it almost looks like the bark is, kind of shutting off a little bit there. And you've got the puff ball. Obviously you want to be very careful with that, but it looks like it's well crafted, and it looks, somewhat realistic. I wouldn't put this at the back. I'd probably put this somewhere near the front, maybe in the middle of the layout, just kind of covering up sections that you want to hide in the back, because it is a much fuller tree, right? You don't really see through that, so you can hide more with something like this. But you get 3 different sizes, and I mean, for $17, it's kind of hit and miss whether or not that's worth it. I think that would be up to you guys to decide if the $17 is worth the 7 trees, because that's about $6 a tree right there. So
they're expensive. Yeah, pre-made trees are very expensive.
Absolutely.
And
when you really down.
And of course, like your layout requires so many trees, 3 levels of trees.
Yes.
So.
Yep. And I'm gonna have fun figuring out where to put these couple of trees. Kind of spread out, but not totally spread, because I think I'm gonna work on one section at a time and just kind of fill that out. But at the same time, I don't want all the same trees so close together, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Now, I also picked up these, I should say. These are Woodland Scenics, and they are pine trees. And I thought, I need something with a good amount of height to them. And these, of course, these look nice and tall, and you can put them in a row, or kind of filling in these areas that you just want to add a bit more height in the bush area. And they're about 6 to 8 inches tall. And these are it's like a dark green. So I'm going to see if I can kind of take... I haven't opened this because I wanted to save it for tonight.
Hey, where'd you buy those trees?
You guys are going to see me suffer. I purchased them from ovrtrains.com. You need a train, they've got a train for you.
Because I heard you went to another store in Montreal and you bought like trees or something, or grass.
Static grass. Yeah, I didn't want to be that guy that didn't buy anything. But yeah, I mean, I could get into that whole thing where it's like I see the price at a different store and I'm like, yeah, I can really get that like $20 cheaper at OVR. So it's like I didn't really buy anything that was worth anything.
Yeah, but does OVR sell GMDs?
I didn't buy a GMD one. I wish. But yeah, they do have a lot of out of production stuff. But the thing you got to remember is that if it's long out production, it's been sitting there for like how long? So
Yeah, I just want to go back to the part where you drove 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and all you bought was static grass. And yes, I'm making fun of you.
oh, okay, that's fair. You know, it wasn't really. I think on certain levels, it was more of a, oh, you're going, okay, I'll go and I'll keep you company.
Okay.
My wife got a quiet day at home without me pestering her. That was a bonus, you know,
Gotcha.
right?
Okay.
You know, I'm a handful, okay, because you know I cause a lot of problems when I'm around the house, you know, and it's like that's me, that's my style. So to give her an opportunity to have a quiet house, kids who went to school, and me and Brendan and I, if we're being correct, he needed to go. He had something that he had put aside and he wanted to go get it. He didn't care that it was like a blizzard outside, 20 feet of snow uphill both ways. He was driving, and I was not really navigating. I don't know where to go, so I was just company at that point. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was actually way longer. It took like 3 hours both ways. Yeah, I was pretty dead by the end of it. Yeah, so it yeah, that long drive, it kills the knee, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Not fantastic. Okay, so with these here, which are pine trees, you get 12 pine trees. Of course, you get the base, right? Which I'm not going to use, but I'm going to put it on here anyways. And you get these trees. And again, it's, the fluff. I put this stuff on my layout. This is the dark green.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any of the dark green. I use like the light and the mild, I guess, if we're comparing it to like chipotle sauce or something. But yeah, so it's a tree, right? How exciting can we make a live about trees? It kind of looks like green meat on a stick at that point, if I'm being honest. Don't eat it, right? Because that would not be good for you or the tree. And you can fill out a good amount of area with these things, which again, you need a lot. Something like this here. How much did I pay for this? $44. Okay, well, $44, and I got 12 trees.
Wait, you got 4?
What? No. It was $44.
For how
but
many?
I got 12 for 12 for 12 of these suckers. Okay. Quick math. How much was it per tree?
What am I teaching?
12, 24, 36. Like $4 a tree?
Yeah.
At that point, I think. More or less.
12 divided by 44. 27 cents each. That's not bad.
27 cents. Yeah.
44 divided by 12. 360 about. Yeah, about $4.
Yeah. And obviously you can see the height difference there, right? Between them. You've got like a bit more height.
Yeah.
So these here going in the back, filling out areas. If you've got a backdrop, and this is one of those cool things. So if you have a backdrop and there's a seam and you want to hide the seam, put one of these suckers right in front, right at the seam. It'll hide it. It'll look like one continuous thing. Yeah. that's my tip for the day. You're only getting one. It was a good one, but yeah. And
So
you know
Anthony's
what, they
asking.
stand up.
Anthony's asking which one would you recommend for your forefront?
Oh, the pretty ones, of course. You got to go with the pretty ones. So yeah, filling out a large area. You can put the ugly ones in the back, right? You want to save your pretty ones to the front, or you can just put your ugly ones throughout. Doesn't really matter. But what I like, dare I say, love.
Oh,
Thought I'd love a tree, but here we are. Grand Central scenery. These you guys have obviously heard me talking about them before. They don't use the same materials that you would see on like the puff balls. These are all handcrafted, and like this pine tree right here, like you can really smell the pine coming off this thing. It doesn't actually smell like pine, by the way. There's a lot more realistic trees. A Christmas tree. Yeah, there you go. Minus the star and the trinkets all over the right. And where is it? So let's start with the aspens. Because this aspens. This is maple, so this is an aspen. I'm pretty sure that's the way I did this. Okay, so this is a really pretty tree, and I've got quite a few of these. Very nice. Again, all handcrafted. It's wood. Like this is an actual wood trunk to it. Wow. And they're very pretty. There's colors in there. You can get these in different seasons, right? You can get the summer, winter, or fall. So you get the nice fall colors as well. And something like this here, which you can get in multiple different sizes. So small, which is usually about a 3-inch tall, medium, which is about 6 inches, large, which is 7 to 9, or extra large, which is a 10 to 12 inch. This is the large, which I think is the same height as your typical cell phone, your iPhone or whatever. So not bad. And when the trains go by, it looks very realistic.
For how
group
much?
A lot of these together. Oh,
how
the
much?
Price? About $20 to $45 for 11 units. So let's say, for example, if you got a 3-inch small, you'd get 11 units for $45. I think that's how I wrote it down here. You'll have to check the website, but the larger ones you get less and you pay more or something like that. Some of them are the same price depending on the size, but
pay by the branch.
Yeah. Leave me alone. We're just going out on a limb here. It's not a big deal, and just offering alternatives, right? So with this one here, they come glued to a base, and it comes in a clear box. These are a lot more breakable than I'd say the other ones because they are, like I said, they're all handcrafted. So you want to be very careful with these. I drill a hole and I put it right into the hole on my layout. It's supposed to be glued in, but it stays standing up, so I don't have to glue it. That way I can transplant it when I go to move or something, right? Transplant, right? Just take the plant out and okay, whatever. I thought it was funny.
Like that one?
But I like that one. That was a good one. I'm going to use that later at a dinner function. So there we go. We've got Canadian maple. Canadian maple. Yay.
Nice.
These are fun. And it's great because the trunk and whatnot, where the bark should technically be, there's texture, and the texture does stick out. And you're looking at about $25, and you'll either get 3 small 3 to 4 inch trees like this, or you'll get 2 5 to 8 inch trees. That's $25. So again, you're only getting a couple of trees, but it's like $25. So when you do order, you're kind of spending, a couple hundred at a time there, completely filling out an area. But that's why we get other trees to go, in behind and around, and I don't know. It's just, you kind of fill it in. But when you put like something like this and this side by side, there's a huge difference there in quality.
Yeah.
So, you kind of have to bunch these together in the back and then put all the fancy ones in the front. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Nice.
And they are nice. And I showed you the pine. So this is a pine.
Yeah.
And the pines, small, medium, large, extra large. So you're looking at you can get 15 small, which I'm going to show you the small ones here. These are the small. I haven't even opened this yet. It's a little baggie of small pines. Baby pine. Like a Christmas tree farm, which you can kind of do with these little ones. They also are great for N scale, right? Because you can pass it off as an N scale tree, or you can put a bunch of these together and make a little Christmas tree farm, which is what I'm going to do.
Who
This
makes
is
that
not
one?
the tree. This is a Grand Central.
Oh, okay.
So you would get 15. There should be 15 little pine trees that look like
again,
that.
great for the
Very
background.
realistic, actually. Well, yeah, I mean, like the section where I plan on putting the little Christmas tree farm, it's sort of in the back, but it's away. It's not up front. But something like this here, it's $25 for the 15 trees. Then when you go up in size, so the 4 to 5 inch, you're looking at about $25 for 10. The large, which I believe this is a large one,
Really?
6 to 7 inches, and I can get 5 for $25. And then there's the extra large, which is even bigger than this. And I have one of the really big ones. It's right beside my train station. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous tree. It's about 10 to 11 inches. And you can get a set of 3 for also $5. Yeah.
That's all right.
Lily, which one do you want? Which one intrigues you? The big one? Little
Hashtag.
Big one?
Yeah, the bigger one. About that big?
It's ironic that we're talking trees and she has not barked once.
Oh.
Is she feeling better, by the way, since her operation?
Much better. Much better, yeah. You good, kid?
Nice.
Yeah.
That is a good idea, Sparky, because Rick the Tree, which is also a YouTuber, he has a little, he's standing right beside a little tree, which is great. And he would be perfect for selling little Christmas trees. So that would be cool. Yeah, it's a great idea. Also, while we're talking about minis, the mini, because there's lots of options as far as with mini prints, and because we are talking trees today, you can get little owls for only, you get 4 owls for $12.50. And putting an owl in the tree would be awesome. It adds a level of realism, maybe even a woodpecker on the side. But just an idea for you guys, because lots of different options. Do you have other trees?
I do. I have I gotta apologize because it's been years. But again, my brother bought me these. I don't buy trees much because people just buy me trees. My brother bought me these trees, and it's like from a knock company, like NOCKH.
Knock, yeah.
So I got 3 of these in a package. They were in styrofoam, and they're all right. I mean, I don't think they're even Canadian trees. They look more like where warm weather would be, but again, just stick them in the foam, done. But and then my third one, again, I said before, these trees here, this is like, how old am I? 25 years old, maybe?
I don't know. Usually, in order to find out how old you are, we have to cut your leg off and then count the rings. Trees. That's trees. You have to count the rings, and that tells you how old the tree is. Sorry, I don't know how to tell how old you are.
45 minus, we'll say it was 15. Yeah, it's about 30 years old, this tree. Still kicking.
Carry the one.
So again, this
Roger says your tree is German. I don't know how you can tell that.
And it comes with a base. But again, you just stick it in the foam. And yeah, same idea. This is plastic. I guess you twist the branches. I know. So we have a bunch of these. My brother and I made these, like, again, 30 years ago, no joke. And we made these and some pine trees. And I mean, they're not super great, but I'm always a fan of like those little bushes you bought, those little trees, in the context of your layout and the scene.
The little tree?
Yeah. If people will know what it is in the context. Like if you paint a gray strip on your layout and there's a car on it, it's a street. It doesn't look super realistic, but it's better than nothing. So this is a tree.
If what having to like, then I think that's, you've done a good job, right?
Yeah.
And Bernard makes a good point. They also have lumber. So if you have trees that don't really stand up and it's laying on its side, put a little lumberjack right here. You might want to paint them in like red and black. Who knows? With a funky hat, right? The lumberjack hat. And possibly beavers right by the dam. Absolutely.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So that knock stuff that you were talking about, technically, if we were to make super trees, you would want to use knock leaves for the super trees. But that's one ways to do it. One ways to do it, guys. Hey, New Haven, how's it going? Thanks for joining. So there's lots of options out there. I just find that with the making your own, it's tough. Not everybody, and I have a bad habit of just buying the things that are already done for example, anything that has to do with wiring, right? I buy all my locomotives with DCC and sound already in it. Why? Because I've never done an install myself. I know, shame on me, right? But I leave that to the professionals. I tried making puffball trees. Doesn't always work out all that well. And I'm just not a fan of doing that. I'd like to spend more time, putting the grass and building the scene and doing the paper mache and whatnot.
Yeah.
But to sit there and do hundreds upon hundreds of puffball and whatnot seems redundant. I don't know. It's not for everybody.
Some guys love it. They make like thousands of trees. It's crazy.
It's true. Yeah. The bigger the layout, and, kind of makes me glad that I've got like a lot of city type stuff as well. Cause then, you're putting like the odd tree as opposed to, no, you need like a full on forest, right? Yeah. Almost makes me wish I did the desert, right? Just stick a couple of cactuses. You know what I mean? Like it just which both Grand Central and Woodland Scenics do offer. They offer cactuses. Very irrelevant for what I'm going to use these on my layout. I probably wouldn't use cactus, so that's why I have these. But I do want to try super trees. I do want to try it if I can find it. OVR does, a few boxes in a month, but they go so quickly that as soon as it hits the website, it's on right away. So it's nuts.
I don't know any Canadian YouTubers that use them. Tim said in the chat he said he uses them, but I don't think I've seen someone Canadian make them on their channel, if that makes sense. I've seen
yeah. I don't think I've seen any either. Which is, could be because they're just really hard to buy. I know that the Grand Central Scenery ones where you can get them from a very small select amount of hobby shops in Canada, but I got all mine direct from in San Francisco. But yeah. Prince has the best. What is that word?
I don't know.
Segros cacti.
I think you spelled kangaroo wrong.
The word. Yeah. Yeah, there's a silent Q in there somewhere. But yeah. Oh, he's used super trees. Yeah, I'm still yet to do it. I really want to try it. I can't seem to find any anywhere. So if anybody finds any, let me know. Tim is basically swearing by them right now. He says he loves super trees. So, and of course, Split Rock. I've seen his layout. They look amazing. But for those who don't like to make trees, who don't like to make their own, don't intend to make their own, at least you know that there's other options out. You can, get a larger amount for however much, and you can put them throughout your layout to kind of fill in, other places, right? Many different types of trees and whatnot, and between the aspens and the maple, pine, birch, oak, redwoods, spruce. And you have to obviously do your research and see what grows locally in the areas that you're modeling, right? Because, in Ontario or in the areas that I model, I would never see a redwood tree. At least I don't think I would, but would. But yeah, so I tend to stick to the maple trees and the pine trees just because they're a dime a dozen or so. Anthony has knock on his layout. They look good. But he puts a mixture of trees on the layout. Looks better, more realistic. And also MBR. That's a company that I keep hearing about. I'm still yet to check them out. Have you heard of MBR?
I haven't. I've been doing it while you were talking there. I did a quick search for MBR, and I can't really find a website. I'm not sure what MBR stands for. I don't think they're North American from my research. They look to be maybe Europe or.
Also, if anybody has ever seen Sparky, he's made a willow tree by hand. I wish I had one here as an example. Do not. But yeah, go check out his maple tree, or not. Why did I call it a maple? It's a willow tree, which you never see anywhere. Manufacturer wise, it's I don't think anybody's ever made a willow tree. Model Builders Supply.
They're
and
in
they're in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, I was wrong. Huh. Also, some guys use wire to make trees. I mean, it's if you want to have one
Mhm.
special tree in your layout, you can go all out. But I've seen guys use wire. They twist wires together and then add their foliage. Again, too much work.
He has a list. Am I on that list? I don't know if I'm on that list. Do I need to make space on my layout for a willow tree?
How do you ship? How do you ship
I
one of
don't
those?
think we, probably Canada Post.
Not who
I
ships.
don't know.
How do you?
Oh, very carefully, because
See, what I would do is
they look delicate.
what I would do is I would send the seeds to the person. They can plant it and then grow their own tree. That way, it won't get damaged in the mail.
Terrible.
Okay, now
Terrible.
Bernard's saying that they're out of Ontario, MBR.
Aurora.
What does
Not
MBR stand
Chicago.
MBR
it
cannot
was,
stand for major big roughage.
It's a
MBR.
little bit. I remember seeing somebody had said model builders supply. I was trying to think of another, something funny that could be MBR, but nothing came to mind. So I'm quick, but I'm not that quick. So
I don't know. I can't find it on here.
Oh, MBS, not MBR. Who's got the link? Mike's going treesy.
Huh.
Well, as the tree sent to the lumberjack, I'm stumped. But, hopefully we can find that link at some point. Or somebody, you're welcome to post the link into the chat. Help these fine people out, get some trees, There seems to be multiple MB tree companies, says Rob.
Yeah.
Most
you're close, Tim.
Salamander.
Close.
This whole live stream has been rooted in trees. Deep rooted. Absolutely. Oh man. And I'm at that point where I never thought I would get to the point where I could actually start putting trees on the layout, and I'm very happy that I can. And there's certain areas I'm still filling out with trees. There's just so much space, and you need a lot of trees. And I think the trees that I have has to be worth over at least $400 worth of trees right now, and I still don't have a lot of trees. So it's really one of those things that, if you're committing to it and you're doing the tree thing, stock up, because otherwise, one tree here and one tree there is just not gonna cut it. Can I say cut it? Yeah. I haven't offended any trees. What's that saying? One in the hand is worth two in the bush, or something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
I didn't prepare. Yeah. Time to branch out in shrubbery. That's right. Branch out. Try to build a tree. I think if I ever get super trees, I'll try doing it live. Except for the whole painting them thing, because it looks fun. a lot more fun than using the puffball stuff, because where is it? There we go. So basically, the whole thing that I was trees that I had made, you've got the metal branches and all that. I painted them brown, and then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put this hobby tack adhesive, and you put it to the branches, right?
Yeah.
It's like a little paintbrush. And then when it looks like it's, because it looks like white glue. This stuff tastes terrible, by the way. And what you got to do, is you got to wait, and then you put in the tub of the fluff. So the same stuff that this is made out of. When you put it in your tub, it'll obviously the dry glue, which is even stickier when it's clear, it'll grab a whole bunch of it and it'll hold on to it. Some of it still falls off. It falls off over time and whatnot. I've tried spraying it with hairspray to kind of seal it in and whatnot. It doesn't become as hard as what this is. Like, this is still fairly soft, but it sticks to it though. So I don't know what I'm doing. You're
not a fan of it. Those I did that like 2 years ago, and they're still tacky. So when they fall over or something and they stick to you, and
are they?
They're still tacky. I'll show you my live show. Remind me, show you tacky trees. So that they fall over, they stick to each other.
Yes, I want to see the tacky trees. Oh, I'll show you mine as well. Like, I kind of have to redo the section where I have those, like the trees that I made, because it just looks so gross, you know. And then I've got my little mini sitting nearby, and they're lonely, right? So I gotta do a little home there, right? I don't know. I gotta fix up the trees, but I'll get to it now that I've got like a surplus, right? So it'll help. But yeah, I think we've covered everything that we wanted to talk about tonight, and we showed off the trees and whatnot. And I think that we covered quite a bit as far as, you know, fake trees go, right? So it was just an idea to kind of show off some trees, get you guys thinking. I know that not everybody's at that place with their layout where, you know, you're ready to put trees on, you know, but it's good to think ahead. You know, how am I going to decorate this section? How's it going to look? What do I need to achieve a realistic look, or to fill in an area and still keep it looking decent? Or how cheap can I go with this without, you know, cutting super corners and end up getting like whatever this is. I don't know. I just but other than that, I think that's the show for tonight. I had fun.
Always a good time.
It was nice of everybody to stick around after keeping track. If you did miss keeping track, go check it out. I did the install of traffic lights from Woodland Scenics, and then I did a full review on the Aurora Miniatures SD60. We're going to catch Mark's thoughts on the SD60 in a couple of weeks on his live. He's going to share his thoughts with us, which I'm personally excited to hear your thoughts, because I value your opinion. You know, I like what you, so it'll be nice to get a refreshing opinion on something like that. It's a brand new product, brand new, and I'm so excited for them to do more locomotives. You know, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Other than that, shout out again to Mini Prince. Thanks for sending Close to the Edge people, and I'm going to add those to the layout in the next couple of weeks or so. And just to remind everybody, next Thursday, it will be March 2nd. I know. Where did February go? I know it's like the shortest month, but like it is what it is. But we'll be over on Dave's channel, Dave Co. And he's going to be starting off Third Rail Thursday for March. We're going 5 weeks strong next month. So we've got Dave on the 2nd. They make it like that with the birthday special for Tim on the 9th. Make sure you stop by him. A happy 15th birthday. And and then come back the following week to wish me happy birthday, because I'll be doing the Third Rail Thursday on the 16th. And then in 4 weeks, you got 4 weeks to form an opinion there already.
Wow.
Mark, M&M Rails, he's going to be doing Third Rail Thursday. Do you already have an
old
opinion?
news by then.
Are you still thinking about it?
It'll be old news by then.
You'll be old by then. Yeah, the SD 70 will be out by then, right? So, oh well. But we'll be back next month, right here, GVO After Dark. We also got keeping track next month. I have no idea what's going to happen, but hopefully it's a good one. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you so much, Mark, for joining me tonight talking about trees. You said you would, and you did. I did the wood thing. I don't know if it's redundant doing the wood thing again, but I had to get it in there.
I have no more jokes left in my trunk. Sorry, got nothing. Trunk's empty.
Terrible.
No more jokes.
The last limb has been broken. That was the last limb. All right. Yeah. Well, you guys have yourselves a great night, and thank you so much for watching GVO After Dark. I'm Go Go home. M&M Rails.
Take care.
And I have a train to catch, apparently, right now. Good night, everybody.